Hi there. Going along spiritual path, many changes happen simultaneously, spontaneously, going deep into the mind. Changes are part of every spiritual journey. They're important for two reasons. One, that we understand what to expect when we start a spiritual journey and going down the spiritual path, and are not confused or baffled or thrown out of sync because of what's happening. And second, because all these changes are a clear sign that we are making progress along the spiritual path, that we are advancing on path to enlightenment. For these two reasons, I'm going to talk about all these changes, most of them that happened to me, and some that maybe have not happened yet, and happen to other people who might not happen at all. Different changes happen to different people, but there are some common ones that happen to most of us. So what are they? The first change that occurs actually at the start, in the starting levels of the spiritual journey, is the volume of the sound. Like all the sounds that before we maybe have not even noticed, now sort of they become really, really loud. All the sounds from the environment, the immediate environment, and also all the sounds from inside the body. The flow of the blood, the sounds that organs make, the sounds that sort of bowels make, the sounds, everything, all the sounds inside the body. And sometimes all these sounds from inside and outside the body actually mix. And it's very hard to tell which is which. But the volume of these sounds increases like 10-fold, 20-fold, 50-fold, and more sometimes. So at the start you could be quite shocked when you hear a sound and you think, oh, something enormous happened, but actually it was maybe just a dish or a plate that moved inside a dish rack. You know what I mean? Just things like that. It's a clear sign that you've started on your spiritual journey and you're slowly moving along at the starting stages. Then other changes will occur spontaneously. Like as I spoke about in some other videos before, cutting down on all the disturbances, on all the overload of mental concepts like TV, radio, internet, gossiping, idle talk, listening to too much talk, reading too much. All this mental overload, mental concept overload will come down, and it will be cut down just by itself, without actually you doing much about it. It's just going to happen, and you will watch it happen. Don't push it on yourself, just wait, progress with your practice, and you will watch all these things happen by themselves. This is another very clear sign that you're making progress. Also, you will cut down on alcohol and everything else you might be using. Firstly, you will just be decreasing the amounts, and then you might cut them off completely. Also, coffee, tea, the amounts will come down significantly, and then you might cut them off completely. You will start eating less. You will need less. Your body will need less. Also, you will start sleeping less. This is because once you advance a bit more on a spiritual path and reside most of the time in the still part of the mind, the sleep as sort of losing consciousness is not really happening anymore, or not much at all, because you're present. The still mind is present most of the time. That's why sleep, as we understand it, is not necessary in such a long spells anymore, very little. And that's regardless of your activity during the day or whenever. Like I do a lot of physical work. I live obviously in the bush. I do a lot of physical work on a daily basis and so on and so on. And I haven't cut down on any of this, but at the same time, my sleep levels have decreased significantly. I eat much less and I cut down on coffee and tea, and I stopped drinking probably a couple of years back. So all these changes occur, and you watch them occur, you watch them happen, and you understand them as a sign of a progress on your spiritual journey. It is very encouraging, and the changes are quite significant. They sort of really make a big change from the way you lived before and the way you live now, and the way you understand or accept, or your attitudes towards what is and what isn't and stuff like that. Everything changes substantially. And this is another clear sign that you're making progress, good progress. You're inching on the path in the right direction. And of course, quiet, silence, nature, things I've talked about already before, all very important. You will start seeking them out more and more, even without you doing anything consciously. Once you progress deeper on a spiritual path, you start entering the stream, and a lot of these changes happen by themselves, and you just let them happen. You watch them happen. You enjoy them. It's full of wonderful things. Every spiritual journey, every spiritual path, full of wonders. Enjoy. Take care. Bye-bye.